Hi, my name is Angela Shen, and I'm the founder of Savor the Wild Tours. And we've been officially in business for about a year and a half. I am a guest focused coach. So prior to starting Savor the Wild Tours, I had founded one of the first food tour companies in the world. So 17 years ago, I started Savor Seattle Food Tours and ran that successfully. Started as a one woman show and then ultimately exited and sold that to a local company about 3 years ago. Took a year off, figured out what I wanted to do, and realized that I really want to help inspire other people in the hospitality business to grow their businesses. Lo and behold, got to join the guest focus family and also started yet another immersive food experience company. So, running my food tour business for 17 years, I was really ready for something new, even before COVID hit. Once COVID did hit, it provided a incredible opportunity for us to pivot and for me to be in learning mode, really building a parachute while we are falling off the building as we pivoted into doing home delivery and nationwide shipping of all local curated food boxes. So we figured if we couldn't bring guests to the restaurants and food vendors anymore, well, why not then bring that experience directly to people's doorsteps in a time of, great need? People were worried about leaving their homes. We did that very successfully for about 10 months. During our first year of COVID, we grew the business more than 2x in that 9-month period. So, on that note, knowing that I didn't want to be in this food box business for the long term, and I was ready to transition to do something new anyway, the timing was right for me to exit. So, I actually found my own buyers and I courted a few at the same time and ultimately opened a round of bidding on my terms, was able to exit on the time frame that mattered most to me, ensure that my team was cared for, more importantly, buying me a little bit of runway to figure out what it was that I wanted to do next. So with my first business, Savor Seattle, we had several PR placements that really over the course of 17 years really put us on the map and continue to fuel our growth. And PR continues to be one of the biggest strategies that I work with clients on in guest focus. So, in starting Savor Seattle, one of our first placements was in Bon Appetit magazine. Over the years, we were placed on Good Morning America, on the Travel Channel, all kinds of really fun placements. And then, even with starting Savor the Wild Tours, we've had some notable placements as well, including being featured on GeekWire, Entrepreneur magazine. And so it's really just being authentic to who you are that resonates with people who are trying to connect with you. I love helping my clients be really scrappy with their spending so that, when you are a small business, you're not using big company dollars to fuel that growth. Because there's a right time and place for every type of spend and investment. I do, of course, really enjoy the growth phase. So when you're in that initial 100%, 200% growth year on year mode, typically within that first few years of a company's life cycle, I really enjoy being part of that and helping to fuel and pave the infrastructure that you need so that you have the scaffolding in place to handle that growth. So, two areas that I would consider my superpowers as it relates to coaching. I love number one, sharing negotiation tactics. So, how to come to the table to manage your costs best. Because being profitable in business isn't just about growing your top line, it's about managing your bottom line because that's what matters most. And the only way you can do that is getting smarter with your costs. And that oftentimes means renegotiating or going to the table strong and knowing your value proposition with the partners that you rely on. So that's number one. The second area that I feel is one of my superpowers is in brand work and consumer insights. My background before I started these food businesses was that I cut my teeth at Quaker Oats working in brand management. Iconic brands like the Life Cereal business, Quaker Oatmeal business, launched a brand new brand from the ground up. And so it's really taught me the importance and the skills needed to really understand deeply who your target customer is so that you can create a brand that really resonates and speaks the same language that your customers that you want speak. And so, if you can dial those two things in and align your brand with your product's voice, it's a really powerful thing. That's what I feel like is one of my biggest passions as well as strengths as a coach. What's great about being a coach with guest focus is that not only do I get to be part of the journey of someone's success, but honestly, I get to keep learning as well. So it's not just one directional, one way. It's an opportunity for me to also stay fresh and be engaged with our industry because things change all the time. And so being able to share my own learnings and then experiences that my other clients have that might be relevant to another client is really when 1 + 1 = 3. And that feels really special to be able to help lift so many different tour operators up. Doesn't matter if you live in Australia or in Kansas, a lot of these things that we're teaching in guest focus apply to all of us. And that's really quite powerful. Some examples of the kind of impactful work that I've done with my guest focus clients include helping to rebrand an entire company. So, from logo to color palette to their entire brand voice to really align with the target customer that they're trying to go after. That was really rewarding. As well as another client that I've worked with that has been a business now for 2 years and watching this company and being part of that growth of doubling every year and this year on target to be a 7-figure business is really fulfilling. And so it is, again, always about what they're putting in and how willing they are to invest their time and taking that leap of faith. That's my ask is take a chance, invest in you, invest in this business and see where it can take you. So if you're on the fence about guest focus, I totally can understand that hesitation. It's a big investment of not only your time, but also, your money. But as a small business, you know that time is money. And frankly, if you can work with a coach and then have resources at your fingertips that will ultimately save you so much time and headache, it's quite literally a shortcut to get you to where you want to go faster without having to make the same mistakes. You easily will come out ahead. And of course, I will say that my favorite clients that I work with are the ones that understand you get what you put in. So the more that you're invested and come prepared for your sessions and you're ready to hit the ground running, that train is going to leave that station and get you to your final destination so much faster.